I suppose it could be something extraterrestrial. I mean, it would be just really arrogant to think that we were completely alone in the universe. But at the same time, you know, I only filmed and saw what I saw. Yeah. Well, to people who say that it must be a plane or something like that, I'd say, you know, just take a long, hard look at this thing, because it just doesn't look like any of those things. And, you know, I can't imagine how anyone could think it was anything like that. After 2 minutes or so, I think, it actually flew, I'm not sure entirely, but I think it was right overhead. And it had sort of turned into like a black circle, and all I could see was just this kind of black circle. I wasn't frightened or elated. The whole event just seemed completely strange and completely something unlike anything else I'd experienced, really.
This footage would actually be taken and analysed by a Lucasfilm expert, Bill George, who is an Academy Award-winning special effects supervisor in California. He had this to say about the video.
But there are several things that I see when the footage is running that tells me this was actually there when this was filmed. First of all, it's the shake. Okay. The shake. If you were to give me a background plate of just the sky and say, we want you to take this image of a flying saucer and match it in, that's something that's technically very difficult to do, because you would have to match, putting the two elements together, you would have to match the shake. Now, certainly we have computers that can track that, but this is all over the map. A couple other cues that tell me that this is actually there when it was being filmed was that it's going in and out of focus with the background, because the camera is trying to compensate and trying to focus. It probably have some sort of autofocus. So the background is going in and out of focus along with the object. There are these dark things flying through frame, and if someone was to have to put that in there, they would have to composite it in behind the birds. It would be a technical problem.
According to an overwhelming majority that commented on this video from the original source, they are all convinced this next video is in fact the Doctor's TARDIS travelling through the sky. Unfortunately, where this video was filmed, or when has been lost to the four winds of the internet, have a look for yourself. So are you convinced it's the Doctor travelling through time, or do you have another explanation? Please let us know in the comments below.
Now it's dead still. Now it's dropping.
With no information on the original source, we may never know where this was captured, except that they like the Rolling Stones, which makes this area very cool, and no doubt a hotspot for alien activity. All kidding aside, this object appears to have a red glow about it, before shifting shape a bit, and rapidly plummeting towards the Earth, creating a misty contrail, tailing it before vanishing behind the strip mall.
But here they are, lots of them. It's not Starlink, it's not SpaceX, it's not satellites, it's not drones, it's not aircraft, it's not geese, ducks, chickens, bloody like chicken teeth. No, this is UFOs. These are the UAPs which the US government has acknowledged exist in our atmosphere. It's gone over people's heads. Look at that one, it just shoots off straight downward.
Son ovni a la verga, mira.
Órale, qué raro, a ver.
Son gaviotas.
No, ¿qué gaviotas? ¿Estás loco tú? Verga, son
Son
gaviotas.
aviones.
No, ¿cómo van a ser aviones tan pegados? No, señor, tampoco no son aviones.
Yo lo estoy viendo, Maribel.
¿Yo también?
Hasta las alitas le miro.
Mentiras.
Son ovni a la verga, mira.
Órale, qué raro, a ver.
Son gaviotas.
No, ¿qué gaviotas? ¿Estás loco tú? Verga, su ca-
The next video is an old recording from 1988 on a TV show called UFO Cover-Up Live, hosted by Mike Farrell. A bit of a tabloid show with some questionable ufology, this following episode had some important guests.
Colonel Robert Friend, who headed up Project Blue Book for 5 years, and Colonel William Coleman, a former Air Force squadron commander who was Pentagon spokesman and chief of public information for the Air Force. Colonel Friend, Colonel Coleman, welcome. Gentlemen, has the Air Force been involved with UFOs before the White House incident?
During World War II, our pilots saw what were called gremlins and Foo Fighters. These were fireballs that appeared to fly along with our aircraft.
We were concerned that these so-called Foo Fighters or fireballs might be foreign weapons that could threaten our national security.
And did the Air Force ever try to chase a UFO?
Yes, in fact, in 1948, one of our pilots crashed in pursuit of a UFO. The story made headlines all over the world.
As I understand it, that crash added emphasis to the conclusion that UFOs were extraterrestrial visitors. Have either of you ever seen a UFO?
Yes, it was 1955, and I was a squadron commander at the time. We were flying a B-25 over Alabama when we spotted a strange silvery object some 25,000 feet above us, heading in the same direction. Since we were overtaking it, I changed course and eventually got within 1/8 of a mile of it, literally right on top of the thing.
So you must have gotten a fairly good look at it.
We certainly did. The whole crew. It was wingless, a disc some 70 feet in diameter, 15 feet thick at the center, your average run-of-the-mill flying saucer.
Well, what happened then?
It performed an astonishing maneuver. 1 second it was there, the next it was gone. But we chased it and caught sight of it again. It was skimming over a farmer's field, kicking up vortexes of red dust as it flew. We closed in on it from behind the trees, but it vanished.
Did you make a report of this incident?
We all wrote up reports. I was later debriefed by an intelligence officer. And years later, when I was on Project Blue Book, I tried to find my report. It was not in the files.
Not in the files.
By now, almost everyone has witnessed either in person or video of a Starlink satellite train traversing the nighttime sky. So, this next video captured in Sao Paulo, Brazil, is something quite different. Take a look. This white gleaming object first gives me the impression of a Starlink train just miles away and out of focus. However, as the video gets close to the end, it veers left, which would suggest it might just be an object hanging and blowing in the wind. But where is it hanging from if that is the case? On a quiet Florida night, earlier this week, a witness near the south of Stuart, Florida, posted to a community group about a strange laser being spotted virtually coming out of the skies. The video quickly made itself to Reddit. Here is what they saw.
I hope it was recording. Wasn't recording all that time. This thing's been hanging there for like 20 minutes. The green light's staying perfectly still. The bottom is kind of swinging now and then as a pendulum. It's a cloudy night, so it looks like it's flickering, but it's probably the clouds. That's a house with a lit tree behind it. That was just a firefly going by. The light is reflecting in the lake. Sounds as though I hear a helicopter. What kind of helicopter would be pointing a light up into the sky? Alright, I hit the record late. Thought I was recording, but this has been ongoing for about 15 minutes now. reference, I put my pinky out there before. I'll do it again. There's my pinky. Okay, it blurs the vision, but I can barely put like a fingernail there for a reference out in the sky. My best guess is that's 30 miles away, 20 miles away, it might be over Hope Sound, 15 miles. Remarkable thing is that the point at the top of the pendulum is not moving. If it was a helicopter, that light would be moving with it. The line swinging as a pendulum is staying in that one spot.
This video continues for another 6 minutes, and ending with the laser still illuminating the low-hanging cloud canopy. I would love to hear your opinions on this below. Described as a light travelling horizontally at high speed by the witness, it was captured on a condo balcony during a thunderstorm. This phenomenon only occurred once during the 20 minutes of photography. This next footage was captured in Portland, Oregon last year, near the St. John's Bridge. While out on a dog walk enjoying the spring temperatures, the witness explains a cigar-shaped object drifting across the sky at a consistent pace. According to the witness, the object seemed translucent at times to the naked eye, making it incredibly difficult to tell if it was metallic or not. As this clip gets closer to the end, a secondary object appears to be moving at similar speeds in the top right corner. The light observed appeared about 25 feet above the witness's head, and they claim it moved to the right of the individual and went over the building and disappeared.
Hey, call me.
Thanks so much for watching and subscribing. As always, love to hear your comments below about what you just seen, good or bad. Until next time, take care everyone.